Good morning, student. Today is Thursday and 23rd July 2020. You are welcome in class 6 of 10th PTB, and its unit 12 we are going to start today. The 12th unit is geometrical optics. Optics means related to eyes, vision of eyes. And you know that we how we are able to see the things unless there is light. We are unable to see the things. At night, when there is no sun, we use artificial lights, bulb, tube lights, and different other sources to see the objects. It means the light is the main focus of this chapter, of this unit. Moreover, in this chapter, we will study different phenomena of light, like reflection, refraction, total internal reflection, and then we study about the spherical mirrors and spherical lenses and their behavior about the light. How do light reflect by the spherical mirror, and then how do the light refract from lenses, and then different uses of these reflection and refraction in our life. So many other things we will discuss and study in detail. Today, the first thing that we are going to learn that reflection of light, then the type of reflections, and thirdly, the laws of reflection. In your previous classes, you have already studied about the phenomena of reflection. What is reflection? How do the light reflect? When the light strike with different object like wall, trees, mountains, the wood, everything, the metal, the shiny surface, how do they behave the light? There are many objects that normally we see that they do not have any kind of the reflection or refraction. Actually, they absorb the light. These objects are called opaque objects. And there are some other surfaces, shiny surfaces, like mirror or highly polished tin, or some other objects which are polished, smooth. When light strike with them, they reflect the light in the same medium. Medium means like through which light can pass, like air, space, and water, other liquid. So, mediums are the material medium we are talking about, material medium through which light can pass. Now, the first thing is that what is reflection? When light strike with a highly polished and shiny surface, it reflects back into the same medium. When the light comes from the air, strike with highly surface, highly polished surface. In the figure, mm represent a highly polished surface, shiny surface. And we suppose that a one ray of light. Actually, light is not considered on one ray, bundle of rays, beam, thousand many, billion, million many. But here, we just to study, to learn, we consider only one ray of light. It passes through the air and strike with a highly polished surface called mm. And the ray of light strike the mirror at point O. And then it reflects back into the air. The light ray which comes and strike with the surface mm, shiny surface, we call it incident ray. And the light ray which reflected back in the same medium, it is called a reflected ray. There is one more dotted imaginary line perpendicular on the surface of mm. This imaginary line, we call it normal. We call it normal, and this normal is called imaginary perpendicular line on the surface of mirror on the same point as that of the incident and refracted ray are there. Now, n dash n dash, it represents the imaginary line, and there are two I and R are two angles. Angle I, we call it angle of incidence, and R is called angle of reflection. So this phenomena, that light come through one material medium, strike with a highly polished surface like mirror, reflected back into the same medium. This phenomena of light is called reflection of light. Now we will learn about the types of reflection. Here on whiteboard, two figures are shown. If you see them, if you observe them closely, carefully, three light rays are being shown. And these three lights strike with a highly smooth polished surface. And the light rays, incident rays, they reflected back in a regular manner. This type of reflection is called regular reflection. One more on the right side, one more figure is there. Three light rays strike with uneven, rough surface, not wholly smooth. Sometimes the light rays, the surface which appear as smooth, but if we study with a microscope, if we look, if we observe the surface with a microscope, you will come to know that even the surface appear as smooth, but actually it is not smooth. There are some grooves, unevenness shown in this surface. So when the light rays strike with irregular surfaces, that surface may be polished, shiny, but irregular. The light ray strike and reflected back in different ways. Such a reflection is called irregular or diffused reflection. Now, we will study the third important thing, that is laws of reflection. If you see the first figure, incident ray, reflected ray, normal, all these three. One, incident ray, reflected ray, normal, all these three at the point of incidence lies in the same plane. Let's we go back to the our previous first figure that we studied. Here again I'm going to say about the light ray, incident ray, refracted ray, and the normal. All these three at the point of incidence. O is the point of incidence. All these three, 1, 2, and the normal. Sometimes the students speak incident ray, reflected ray, and the normal ray. Normal is not a ray. Normal is a imaginary line on the surface shiny surface. So again, I'm going to speak, repeat it, incident ray, reflected ray, and the normal. All these three on the point of incidence lies in the same plane. In room, we have 6 planes: left wall, right wall, the wall in front, the back, rear wall, and the ceiling and the roof. These are the 6 planes. When the light strike with the one plane, it will be reflected from the same plane. Did you understand, please? So, at the point of incidence, reflected back from the same plane. Now we are going to learn about the second law. The second law, angle of incidence and angle of reflection. In both regular reflection, even it is irregular or diffuse reflection. In both cases, angle of incidence and angle of reflection, the value of angle of incidence, the value of angle of refraction, both are equal. Once again, even the reflection may be regular, may be diffused or irregular. The second law says angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Thank you and God bless you, boys. Have a blessed day ahead. Thank you once again, and hopefully tomorrow we will see each other. God bless you.